YouTube, how we doing, family? It's your boy, Yo, and this is another episode of Yo Hoops. I go through every NBA game every day. Today's Saturday, February 7th, and we have a 10-game NBA card. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and let you know the sides I like, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your favorite game in the comment section below. Without further ado, let me get into today's games. Recap yesterday, really another masterclass back to back. We went 5-1 on the 6-game card. The only game that we dropped was laying the points with the Celtics, and they actually completed the 22-point comeback to win the game outright. I'm now 32-13 on every game played in February, and mind you, that's all against the spread. Let's keep the momentum rolling and get right back in that win column tonight. We're going to see a few changes in the next week or so based on all the trades that went down, so I would recommend to tread lightly moving forward unless you see spots you really want to attack. I posted my first two selections in the afternoon games to the channel page. Like I always say, if there's games going and I don't have a video out, I definitely broke them down in a post. In our first matchup of the afternoon, we have the Dallas Mavericks in San Antonio taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs are minus 400 on the money line, and the total is 231. We saw this same matchup on Thursday in Dallas, and the Spurs won that one 135 to 123. They got the cover, which we were on, but I will say that game was a lot closer than the final score suggests. The Mavs had it tied in the fourth, but the Spurs were able to pull away late, winning the quarter by 9. Tonight, San Antonio has De'Aaron Fox and Jeremy Sohan on the IR. I wouldn't be surprised if the Mavs put up a similar competitive performance, but end up losing this one by something like 4 points. I'm taking the Mavs plus a 9.5 as my first selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Utah Jazz in Orlando taking on Orlando Magic. Magic are minus 300 on the money line, and the total is 235.5. It looks like the Jazz come into this one at full strength, and that's including Triple J active in the lineup. I expect big things moving forward, but it should take them a few games to find a rhythm, considering half their guys have been out. We haven't even seen Markkanen and Keontae George playing together recently, so I want to see how they mesh with Triple J before backing them on the road. The Magic are still without Franz Wagner, but they've been showing up at home. I see them doing the same tonight. I'm taking the Magic laying the 7.5 as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Charlotte Hornets in Atlanta taking on Atlanta Hawks. Hornets are minus 125 on the money line, and the total is 231.5. Call me a hater, but I have to fade the Hornets in this spot. Not one I'm necessarily rushing to the window with, but personally, I can't buy into the 9-game win streak. Guys like LaMelo, Brandon Miller, and Miles Bridges can definitely get a bucket, but the issue with them since the start of their careers has been that they're streaky. They'll give you 30 points apiece one night, then combine for 30 the next. The Hawks haven't been overly impressive themselves. That's why I'm not in love with the game in general, but if I had to bet it, I'm fading the public and betting with the Hawks. I'll lean to Atlanta plus a 2 as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Denver Nuggets in Chicago taking on Chicago Bulls. Nuggets are minus 245 on the money line, and the total is 233.5. This is a tough game to analyze because of the Nuggets injury report. Aaron Gordon and Peyton Watson are both ruled out, then Cameron Johnson and Nikola Jokic are both listed as questionable. The Bulls just traded Kobe White and Vucevic, so tonight they have Jaden Ivey and Jalen Smith in their starting lineup. Josh Giddey is also ruled out. As long as Jokic plays, I'm rolling with the Nuggets. Give me Denver laying the 6.5 as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Golden State Warriors in Los Angeles taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers are minus 130 on the money line, and the total is 223. Tonight, the Lakers will be without their best player in Luka Doncic, who's ruled out with a strained hamstring. There's really no way I'm looking in their direction. LeBron is 41 years old, so I can't expect him to exert high energy for 40 minutes, and Austin Reeves is just coming back from a calf strain. The rest of their role players are abysmal. Even without Steph Curry, I see the Warriors shooting them out of the gym. I'm taking the Dubs plus the 2 as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Philadelphia 76ers in Phoenix taking on the Phoenix Suns. Suns are minus 130 on the money line, and the total is 223.5. In my mind, Philly should have the edge in this game, but if I'm being honest, I've underestimated the Suns all season. They're currently 17-8 against the spread in Phoenix. Devin Booker and Jalen Green have both been upgraded to questionable. Even if I don't fully understand it, I can't deny the high level of play I've been seeing. I can't say this is my favorite game on the board, but if it comes down to the wire, I trust Phoenix in a close game. I'm taking the Suns on the money line as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers in Sacramento taking on the Sacramento Kings. Cavs are minus 600 on the money line, and the total is 235. The Kings come into this one on the second leg of a back to back, but no travel as they remain at home. They got the cover last night against the Clippers, which we were on, and all of their guys played less than 30 minutes. I will say it's interesting that they were conserving minutes in a 3-point loss, but I have to assume they were looking ahead to this game. The Cavs should be shorthanded after trading Garland and Hunter, and let's be honest, if there's one team that's been as bad as the Kings, it's Cleveland. They're currently 9 and 19 against the spread at home. There's no way I'm laying 12 points. I'm taking the Kings plus a 12 as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Memphis Grizzlies in Portland taking on Portland Trailblazers. Blazers are minus 330 on the money line, and the total is 234 and a half. We saw this exact same matchup last night, and the Blazers won that one 135 to 115. Shadon Sharp and Scoot Henderson have both been downgraded to questionable for tonight, but at the end of the day, the Grizzlies are running their third string. Seeing the trades they've made, it looks to me like they're tanking. Moving forward, I'm fading Memphis more often than not. Give me the Blazers laying the 8.5 as my last and final selection. And that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Huge start to February. I'm just looking to keep the momentum rolling. I appreciate the support so much. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Yo! And until the next one, I'ma catch y'all. Peace.